Okay, we are live. The mics are
Hello
there.
again. Yes, we can see the movement, right?
Yes, but now it's going to take some time for people to find us. So, content
Live.
live.
There. Good traveling.
Good traveling. No one there. New live stream URL here. Let's see. Alarm. No one here to find us. Hey.
Yeah, you should delete that one. No. You should delete that one because people won't try it like to join, no?
But why can't people find us now? Why are we not there? Can you check on your phone if you can see that we're going live? Oh, this is not cool. Hello, hello.
Yeah, I see it.
Should be public.
Yeah, that's why I said public, but you didn't react.
Oh. That's why people can't see you. That was already public. Okay, now. Oh, what the fuck? You can see it, but that's the old one.
Here.
Hey. Okay. Hello. Relaxing. We got one person. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you hear us? Hello, Susanna.
So good to see or hear you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everyone. I think I missed. Hello, Ms. Anoka. Thank you. Oh my God, loud and clear. Okay.
Fantastic. And you know what? We just learned something. Don't unplug the microphone because changing it to the computer mics doesn't really work. It doesn't take any other source or the old one.
Sound is hanging. That might be your connection, though. I hope. Everything is connected properly. What?
That is super weird.
Why? I cannot disconnect this now. I don't know what to do. It's noisy.
But we're sitting in a very quiet room.
Okay, let's do a test. Is this noisy? Audio is perfect, says Fanny. Okay, it's bearable. Jen's mic, I think. Okay, let me put it here. Maybe here. Yes. Okay, still noisy, very loud. Okay, we cannot fix it. So sorry. If I disconnect the mic, it's gonna freak out.
Better.
So maybe it's because I had it against my zipper. Better than no sound. Okay, I'm gonna be T-Rex style.
Just put it on your shirt.
Sure. Never listen to my advice again, says Nick. Sorry for the static sound. I really don't know what is happening. Okay, we can improvise. Again, thanks for joining. Oh, I hope the sound is better. I know sound is super important. And how do Germans say, I am beyond myself? English always also say that I don't know what's happening, but I hope it's bearable enough. It's difficult to listen. Hold on, I have one other idea. Hold on, which one's mine? Okay.
Is my mic all right? Yes.
Okay. Yes, hers is fine. Okay.
Okay, so then how about we share my mic? How does this sound?
No static on one's mic. Cool. I have one other thing to try. Hold on. How about now? Is it static?
Perfect.
Perfect.
No.
No, terrible. Same. Okay, so I'm gonna.
You have to talk more to understand.
Okay, well, fine.
Okay, we just do this. How about that?
It's Yvonne's live stream. I shut up.
No.
Okay, is this better? Yes. Okay, cool.
All right, we just do this. Thank you so much for bearing with us.
All right, thank you for your patience.
You know, after the, I don't know what, it's the 6th, 7th live stream?
I would say more. Yeah.
Still, I don't know. Anyways,
we're going to have to do a kuscheling live stream.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Wow, 15 minutes to fix technical problems. I understand it's, I always wonder, why do YouTubers, when they go live, they always say, oh, technical problems. Now I understand. Technical problem. Still the same sound issue. Still the same, but why don't you put it here? I'll buy the Flexbox ticket and come over. It has static when you raise your hand.
No, my voice.
Okay. Further away. Okay, now it's further away.
I like that expression.
I already unplugged mine. Look. This is my mic. I see the problem. You should lower the microphone size. So don't worry, you're okay. Okay, it turns noise reduction on over. I'll put these things away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll put these things away. Put my phone away. Whoa, okay. All right, okay, it's fine. Okay, don't bring it higher. Okay, do not move. Freeze in that position. Okay, it's further. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's get to thank you, Pedro.
Okay. Exactly. No more talks about the mic now.
Okay, so we have the spring. Now we know Jen is a robot. Only she cracks. Hello from East Germany. Hi, Kieran. Okay, we're getting this live stream started. We had a lot of technical difficulties. Okay, but it should work now. Yvonne is going to freeze and not move at all. So we are at spring. You can move. You can actually laugh.
You told me to freeze.
Guten Nachmittag, wie geht's dir? Dir? Euch? Ja?
So talking about the topic that I think everyone has talked about in the past weeks in Germany, who is in Germany, the beautiful weather. This is actually exactly what April is supposed to be like. So April, der macht, was will. April is doing what it wants is pretty much true this year, because as you've all been discussing everywhere, it is from rain to sun to hail to snow to from warm to cold. And this is really what April is all about, usually.
Yeah, we put our winter jackets away, and we actually had to take them out again because it's unbearable.
Yeah, I know.
We turned the heaters off, and we had to turn them back on again because, I remember once, not so far away, 2 weekends ago, I think, we were t-shirts and almost shorts. Now it's like I need to have my beanie back, my winter jacket. Yeah.
But good news, supposedly for the weekend is supposed to get warmer again. So
yes, that is true. And May should be a lot better, I hope. But what's beautiful about this time of year, though, is to see all the trees starting to leaf and bloom. One could say if they have flowers.
How do you say trees starting to leaf?
How do you say when trees grow leaves? When trees getting leaves? And all the beautiful flowers. And yeah, it's definitely a beautiful season despite the crazy weather. It's like summer now. Shorts in March, April. Yeah. Yes, so foliage. Thank you, Gus. Hello, Gus, by the way. Yeah, Düsseldorf is
blossoming. See, there you go.
Blossom. Also, you say blossoming for trees when it's only the leaves. Doesn't matter. You get what I mean. They bloom. Hello from Berlin. Hello, Juanita Panther. Susanna, every Sunday everything is closed. Also, you can now wash laundry or do any work. You can Google the rules. I also think to have a Sunday in Germany. Yes, we have a Sunday in Germany video. Actually, yes, that's a very good point today, Sunday. Because we said in one video that everything is closed, and then we got corrected by a German very passionately saying that that is not true. And so we created a video in an effort to explain that how things are not entirely true, truly closed.
Thank you very much. Pat Traveling. There you go.
Pat Traveling Drum. Thank you very much. I'll be heading to Wacken open air. Hold on. First the Sunday, then about Wacken. So what's interestingly enough, what is open are garden centers. Also on Easter Monday. I believe we saw a garden center open.
Possibly. But I think here is one more about the rules, what you're not supposed to do on Sundays, and that is noise. Although not everyone sticks to it. In our Discord channel, our Smoozler Club community, we actually had a discussion today that, some people still throw glass on Sundays. Again, Germany is known for rules, but there'll always be some that don't stick to them. It's completely normal. I myself did that as well, not knowing that you're not supposed to throw glass on Sunday, because it's not like you grow up with a rule book as a German. Either it gets passed on to you or not.
Or you get yelled at.
And I got yelled at tremendously, but that was in Munich. So depending on where you live, people may be more relaxed or not.
Yes, also bakeries are open on Sunday, garden centers are open on Sunday. And as every German would say, nature is always open on Sunday, folks. But I think we have in the video a lot more examples of things one can do on Sunday. Here, I've said it before and I'll keep on saying it. You guys need to start a German holiday trip business. Thanks, Jeremy, for the idea. Actually, funny enough, Ivan worked in the tourism industry for many years. So I could see you actually be a really good tour guide.
Yeah, why not?
You'll hear them coming about. Oh, yeah. Nature always open. Nature is always open. Yes. And then, Wacken, thank you very much for the super chat. Talking about Wacken. Wacken is a super popular festival. I wanted to say heavy metal festival. We have a really good friend who goes to Wacken every single year.
And last year, when it was actually closed because of too much mud, he still made it on and enjoyed it like
so much.
Swimming in the mud.
Yes.
If you're passionate about that kind of music, it's definitely a place to be. It's all the way in the north of Germany.
Yeah, so weather probabilities of it being good is very slim. I'm still yet to wait for a year that he comes back saying, "Oh, the weather was fantastic."
I think you should write Wacken in the chat.
Wacken Festival. There, yeah. So if you're into that kind of music, definitely a must. I think also summer is a time for festivals in Germany, Europe, I would say overall. You can find all kinds of festivals, music festivals, I'm talking specifically, and all kinds of bands. And if you're into festivals, it's definitely a good season. Still, good weather probabilities are, but if you're into festivals, a lot of people like to go there, right?
Definitely, yes. What do we do on Sundays to pass time? Jen, what did you do today?
So I recently, it's been a long time in the making, but I started woodworking, and I have a very small woodworking shop, you would say, I don't know how to say it in English, in our basement. And today, on a Sunday, I did my very best to fix a lamp that it was working. I thought it was broken. I tried to fix it and broke it while trying to fix it, and then I realized it actually was working properly, so then I fixed it again after I broke it. So that's what I did. But usually Sundays, I'm in the woodworking shop, or if not, we go for a hike if it's beautiful weather, right?
Very true, yes. And what did I do while Jen was in the woodwork shop? I puzzled a little bit.
Don't be too detailed.
Come on. I mean, it's a very colorful 1,000-piece puzzle from Ravensburger. Ravensburger is a very popular German game toy brand, and the puzzles are high quality with soft click technology. There you go. Is that detailed enough?
Yes, that is very detailed. What do you guys in the chat do during the weekend? Yes, Dominican living in Frankfurt, working at the consulate of the Dominican Republic. It seems very wow. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for all the advice. Helped me a lot with their location. So glad to read that. Super interesting working at a consulate in Germany. That must be a very interesting job, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. So also spring now is here, and with it comes allergies. Actually, we got an email from a Smoozler mentioning that for us to talk about allergies during the live stream, because she heard in a podcast. Is your hand frozen?
No, I'm good. I just need to fix my hand. Yes, actually very interesting. So it was a Smoozler from the US listening to a podcast from the Kaulitz brothers, which I can only assume are the Kaulitz brothers from Tokyo Hotel, a German band. Well, I mean, band maybe 10 years ago. I don't know what they do nowadays. Just that one of them is in a relationship with Heidi Klum. Maybe that's why they're popular in the US. No idea. And they were talking about allergies, how in the US, apparently everyone is taking medicine. And it's just a common thing. And I'd say, yes, there's definitely spring allergies also in Germany. I'm very individual. I would say not everyone is taking medicine, but those that have allergies, yes, there's also allergy medicine available, either directly from the pharmacy or discuss it with your house arts. But yeah, it's definitely a thing and normal to have allergies as well in Germany, especially from all the different pollens from the trees. That's, I would say, the most common
Totally. Although I wonder now with so much rain if also the pollen levels drop because it's wetter.
I'd say there's
I
different
don't
levels
know.
of sensitivity.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, luckily, I haven't experienced any allergies. Maybe because I have a tough Guatemalan skin. Kidding. I don't know. Been lucky, I guess.
Jon, how did we two meet? We actually have a whole video on that. If you search on our channel how we met, there we go into all the details. I think it would be a little bit too much here. But this year we're celebrating 10 years. So that's actually a very special year.
10 years of meeting each other.
Well, 10 years of meeting each other already happened. And 10 years of being together is going to be next month. Yeah.
Wow, 10 years. It feels like it was just yesterday.
Oh.
Oh.
And someone asked anything about van camping in Germany or Europe. Yes, definitely. So we have a van camper ourselves.
A mini camper.
A mini camper, a car camper pretty much. And yeah, we love to explore Germany and Europe with it. In Germany, so each country has different laws on how you can, whether you can sleep in your car or not. But we always have a mix of campgrounds and kind of like stealth camping, depending on the region. Also depending on what we'd like to do, because if you don't stay in a campground, you can't really hang out outside of the car. So it's really more of a lifestyle choice in that sense.
Oh, wow, super interesting. Sorry.
Well, just one last thing about the camping. An app that we use is called Park4 with a number
Let me
for
put
night.
this Park for Night camper van.
And there you can find campgrounds as well as places where others have stayed a night, and you can do reviews and just make sure what you like.
Yes, I think we're a little bit ahead of the chat, so we can wait a little bit of the catch up. Tax refund.
A tax refund can take anything from a month to 6 months, I'd say. It highly depends.
Yes. So talking on the topic of allergies, I mentioned that because now weed is legal to in Germany, you found out you're allergic to weed actually. Oh, that's super interesting. So I guess if you go to Amsterdam, it's not a very nice trip.
Well, that's not true, because they've also now stopped the whole smoking on the streets and everything, right?
I am not so sure about that.
But with being legal already, and if you follow news a little bit, you can see that individual organizations or states put their own house rules into place. For example, in Bavaria, at any festival, for example, in the tent, Oktoberfest or beer garden, you're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke at any train station. The Deutsche Bahn updated the house rules. So it's pretty much for home usage, which I would say is legal. I don't think people or regional governments would like it to be a street thing.
Sound is breaking, to say again.
I'm holding stuff.
Here. What is going on? Oh, wow, 50% of the phrase. I'm so sorry. Magnetic. Oh, this. Oh, actually, there's something magnetic. Yes. Maybe now. I don't. Okay, let's try to talk again.
And if you're not talking, they cannot see, right?
See, you mean here? Because see, they can.
Yes, we actually do have Vodafone, but usually we have a 1000 connection. Usually it's not a problem.
Okay, informal question. What kind of books do we read? So to be honest, I stopped reading non-fictional books and I started focusing more on self-development and business books, especially when we have a new kind of like thing that we learn for Germany. Then I try to find a book on that topic and learn about it. Oh, thank you very much. Geheimnisse. Alles verraten. It's a joke, yeah. You translated. Why does
April not like any secrets? Because it always spoils everything.
However, in our recent trip to Iceland, I found a book called Rebel. Oh my God, I don't know the name right now. So
Rebel Captain Teacher, something like that.
No, nothing with teacher. However, it's a story, a real life story of an Icelandic sea captain woman in the 1700s, which is super, unheard of because there's the whole stigma that sea people usually are only men and there's no way a woman can be a captain. But apparently in Iceland, there was a very notorious woman captain. So I thought that as still nonfiction, I think it's still like based on a true story, but that's the current book I'm reading.
And the last book that I read, which I really much, is called Alchemy, also nonfiction, and it's a little bit about the psychology and how to use how to use psychology to influence people in a good way.
Yes, Mike is completely dead. Completely dead. Can you hear us? Wait a second.
I mean, if you're not talking.
Yeah, but it's lagged, right? Maybe that's why also many people are dropping, because our sound sucks. Unbearable. The audio is really bad. What is going on?
That is so strange.
Here, let me try another thing.
Maybe it's the internet connection.
Maybe is it, but it's super high. Ah, softer voice. Okay.
Shall we start a whisper? Yes, that's true. We did read Will Smith autobiography, and I enjoyed it very much.
I also enjoyed it very much. Okay, if we take off we already tried taking off the mic, and by that time the whole sound was dead. So we're not going to take off the mic again. Yeah, I don't know. We already tried connecting, disconnecting. We can do 5 more minutes, and then I think that's it. Because I think also an unbearable, my connection is not good. Sorry, we tried to do everything we could.
That is really strange.
Yeah. But anyways, the
last thing we can do is change again the URL and do it without mics, do it with a laptop mics.
Just keep it steady. But it is steady. Coming on how to fix computer issues. Okay, let's do it.
The sound is perfect now, that says Susan.
And we can do a chat live.
No, we're streaming from a laptop. It's good now. Now it's good. Okay. Very interesting. So sorry about that.
If you want to jump as a junior developer in the German market, Mokhtar, I think it's very difficult if you're not within Germany. To be honest, we have a few videos on how to nail your job in Germany, but with very little dev experience, I would say it's a bit tough. So my best advice would be to find experience outside of Germany, gain some years under your belt, 1 or 2 as a developer, and then try applying to a job here.
So some have it all right, some not. So let's just keep on going.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the April weather. It changes constantly.
It's active. Okay. Ihr braucht ein Kölsch. It's working fine.
Haha. Ich mag Kölsch. We cannot be mocked with a Kölsch and I think Düsseldorf. We actually have a video upcoming in May, end of May, regarding a little bit talk about football and Köln and Düsseldorf, and of course the national team in the spirit of the Euro Championship happening in Germany this year. So there we talked a little bit about Cologne and Düsseldorf and rivalry, and I jumped the sides and I outed myself as not a Cologne fan, but you'll see.
I outed myself as a.
It's B1 to get the German citizenship. If you are interested in all the requirements, Jeremy, also there we did a video recently where you can see what is needed and also what you need to fulfill to be able to apply.
What are you channeling? The Paulina.
What am I channeling?
The 80s supermodel Paulina Pliskova.
I don't know who that is.
What's the most German thing y'all done? What's the most? That's for the chat, I think. For instance, wear socks and sandals. Yes, always wear socks and sandals indoors. At least for me. Yes, okay. I hope the sound is a bit better. Google her later. We will Google her. Wait,
Paulina Porcikova. Okay.
Carolina. I need to take a screenshot of this, but I don't. No,
Stop doing what you're doing.
no. Okay, sorry, couldn't take a
Here, the favorite question we get in every live stream. Language strategy, Jen.
Oh, this always is so hard. German language strategy. So, as we like to say, it depends. Everyone learns differently. We have learned from example from if in case you haven't heard, we opened a Discord server called the Smoothler Club, and we announced it 2 weeks ago, I believe. We have a little bit over 60 people in there active, talking about life in Germany and learning German, for example. And there, for example, one can learn how everyone is different and learns through different ways. For example, there's this immersive German, or I don't remember the term for when you only hear stories in German that help you understand. There's also listening to slow German, langsame Deutsch, but a lot of people don't like that. It's highly dependent. I think the best advice is to kind of find the best way you learn. And of course, speaking, definitely. And now with AI, there are tons of apps that you can also have a conversation. Obviously, it's not as perfect as it would be with a native speaker, but you can have conversations with AI. You talk and then it responds, and then you respond and it corrects you, and so on. So the best strategy actually is to try different ways and see which one sticks the best for you. And I think a compilation of many ways might be the trick.
Yeah, I'd say, of course, grammar is super important as a foundation. Anything needs a foundation. And then vocabulary. But the best way to really gain the confidence and to make mistakes, learn from them, is by speaking immersive. And that's, of course, best done in Germany with someone that is also willing to speak to you. So don't just strangers, but like in an immersive environment, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Or I would say even outside of Germany, if you find a German who's willing to speak to you, there's a lot of Germans traveling the world.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, AI helps a lot, you see. So that's...
Here, you can post a link about the Smoothler Club.
Yes. Hold on. I have also one hand. And I guess you didn't silence your phone. That's why it's vibrating.
Well, I open it again for you. You asked me to check it, you know?
If you would like to join our Smoothler Club, you can do so at that link. We also hang out there with Yvonne. And we also have live streams where we hope the audio is better. For the Schanzenkarte, no idea, SRV.
Eileen asked, what's the best ice cream brand in Germany? So my favorite ice cream is actually like from the gelateria, exactly, not from the supermarket. I'm not a big fan. So the big ones are Langnese, Mövenpick, but I'm not a big fan of them at all. So really, it needs to be an artisanal ice cream parlor shop, gelato parlor shop. That's my absolute favorite, because not all ice dealers in German are created equal. There's the good and the bad, and then there's the really yummy.
Joe, I heard there are some really cool people in the Smoothler Club. Yes. Big shout out to all the Smoothlers who are in the Smoothler Club who are also here in the live stream. Thank you for also joining. Joe is one of them. Fanny as well. Nick. Pedro.
Also, Lucas is here because he's been sending us a recording of how we sound.
Oh,
but I can't listen to that right now.
Yeah, we will. But thanks, Lucas. We will listen to it later. And I think it's time. It's kind of a good thing, because maybe it's time to invest in better mics for a live stream.
Really? That's not fair, but I see the point.
Big.
This was just an intro in our relationship where Jen wants to buy things, and I asked the question, is it nice or necessary? But now I think it's necessary.
It's necessary. What does it entail? Where our Smoothler Club is a Discord server. If you're not familiar with Discord, imagine it like Slack, but on steroids.
What is Slack?
Slack, the chatting platform?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so Discord is a chatting platform, and there's different channels based on topics, and there's channels where you can chat like now. You know, it's an active chat, and it's very synchronous. And there's other channels which is forum style, where you can ask your questions, and asynchronously others can comment and answer your questions and share their experiences. One big question that we had recently was from someone from the US wanting to move to Germany, looking for a job. And the big question, as always, is, do you need German to find a job in Germany? And everyone responded with their experience, because again, everyone's experience is different. And this definitely helps to build a better picture and strategies of how to tackle the job search, for example. So that is the Smoothler Club. And once a month, we do live hangout calls where we will hang out.
Where it's ideally what we imagine, it's an ongoing conversation and not just like now, where you see us and have a chat, to have it a little bit more immersive as well.
Exactly. How do you find time to actually research, record, edit, publish videos while working full-time? Mohammed, thank you for your question. Well, Simple Germany is our full-time job, so we do it during working hours. Yes, but definitely, depending on the topic, the research varies between a day to a week. It highly depends on the topic. And also, for example, recently with our immigration videos, that you did a massive research, Yvonne had to go dive deep into German law, which I know you love.
My favorite activity. That's why we already joked around. We're going to start doing videos. Learn slow German by, no, it was actually falling asleep. We realized we also in the Smoothler Club, we found out that there's a podcast to help you fall asleep called Einschlafen mit Wikipedia, where someone in German literally just reads Wikipedia articles. So we said we can counter that with Einschlafen with reading German laws.
Einschlafen mit, this is the name of the podcast, Wikipedia, if you are interested. Yes, we can do Einschlafen mit deutsche Gesetze. Yes, and what's your favorite paragraph of the German?
There is no favorite paragraph.
Yes, it's the one that says you should look at the amendment.
Yeah, because the amendments don't have the full thing, right? So it just always tells you this one no longer applies as listed in paragraph 4, section C, in this and blah, blah. So you literally have to have 4 different screens to follow along.
Great job, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Gus is asking, do I still do the editing? Oh my God, I could not do this beautiful editing that we've had recently in the past few years. We have a beautiful editor called Julia. She is from Austria, and she has been supporting us for a few years now, a year and a half, I think, already. Wow. And she does a way better job than me, especially with these animations that you see and complicated topics and all these things. She's done a fantastic job in pimping things up. Because actually editing videos is, especially if it's like animations and stuff, I find it very complicated, and you need to have that skill to do it properly. Hello from Budapest. Hello, Greg. Welcome. We have audio issues. I hope that's okay. Yes. Yes. You can rest a little bit. People can chat.
Regarding ImmoScout 24, the question is how you use it, right? So we actually have some videos about the topic of renting. And we also have an ebook in full depth and detail to understand the German renting culture, where I actually have also over-the-shoulder videos of ImmoScout 24 and how to set up a profile so that you have the highest chances of getting viewings. And the biggest advice is to get the Plus membership for a certain amount and really, really, really pimp up your profile and reach out properly and professionally. And all of that we do in the ebook to help you guide there if that's interesting to you.
Yes. Pedro asks a very good question. Interesting. Is it against the law to feed the birds, like having bird food in the backyard? A friend said to watch out for fines.
To be honest,
everyone that has a garden that we know of puts they have bird houses with food in it. So I would say it's not illegal. I was going to
say it should be bird food and probably not real food, like human food.
Or peanut butter.
No. So as long as in like garden centers and other areas, you can buy actual bird food. And that, I mean, everyone's doing it. So I don't think that's illegal.
Like I said, everyone that I know that has a garden has bird food. So it should be fine. Joe has asked also with researching the laws, how do you handle the technical terminologies? How do you deal with the title? I don't know if I understand that question. You mean for the laws? If you can expand, we will be happy to answer that question, Joe. Is it legal to make kebabs with coal in a terrace or balcony?
That depends on the house rules of where you live. There's no yes or no to that. It is and it depends.
Yes, it is. It depends. I know, for example, because coal, usually it's a lot smokier and more, how do you say this? Smell comes out from cooking with coal. Yeah. So depending on the balcony rules that you have, some neighbors don't appreciate that. So it's better to cook with gas, for example.
Pavish, we do have a community on Discord. It's called the Smoothler Club. Further up in the chat, we post the link where you can join. And hiking is one of the topics that has already been discussed in there, amongst many others. Yes.
Yes. Pablo, actually, another Guatemalan, he asked in this Muslim club, are there any mountains in Neve? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Yes, bird feeders are allowed. We have a small garden and have added a bird feeder. Our cats love watching the birds come visit. Oh, as long as the cats don't want to eat the birds. Super cool. So you already mentioned that one of our videos coming up is about football culture. And that is super interesting for sure. We also will talk about the Nutri-Score in an upcoming video. Have you been confused by the Nutri-Score? Let's see if you know what I'm talking about. I'll wait for some comments about it as the chat catches up.
Yes, then in terms of developer,
you have to wait for the chat to catch up. Yeah, some of the cookies have A, you see?
There you go.
Okay, we'll answer those questions in an upcoming video. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's an interesting thing. But what were we going to say to Yastan?
Regarding he asking in terms of salary, what kind of developer is better? I mean, I would say better, probably you asking about higher. So back-end developers typically have the chance of reaching a higher salary than front-end, I would say, right?
Sorry, I was reading Joe's question. What, sorry?
Back-end developers have a higher chance for a higher salary than front-end?
I think it depends on the job that you do, but I think the question is more what other job then, based on your experience, better than a developer.
Okay, well then it highly depends on your experience and studies.
However, anything engineering based is always a higher salary, whether you are a software engineer because you have a computer science or master's.
Or actual real engineering, like automobile, aerospace, it doesn't matter what.
So engineering definitely high up in the radar. Okay, Joe's questions. As in-laws probably have some legal terminologies that might not be well known to the average person. Do you guys end up doing down some research rabbit hole to consult some experts?
Research rabbit hole and sometimes consulting experts, yes.
Definitely. Yes, so the answer is yes to all of that. Like I said, researching for a video highly depends on the topic. The more legal it is, I think the harder it is. Also because if you just Google something, a lot of the times the guides that are ranking don't have the full picture or all the information. And if you only trust that, then it becomes very clear that it's not entirely true. Right? So it's important to go down to the source, read the law, what does it actually say, and all these things. What languages do you code in, Jen? I code in English. No, I'm kidding. I'm mainly JavaScript developer, so JavaScript is my forte. But because we have a WordPress site, I have to do some PHP stuff, and most of the times I'm confused, like, how do you do this in PHP? But ChatGPT has been a really good friend.
I noticed German barbecue is being completely different than the US. I'm replacing American to US barbecue. Are ribs, brisket, pulled pork not usual in German barbecues? So ribs, I would say yes. Brisket, definitely not. Pulled pork, I mean, we love to eat pulled pork, but I've never in my family or surrounding never had anyone do it themselves, really, and especially not on the barbecue. So we are more the sausage. Surprise, surprise. Sausage. Pork, I know, is very popular, not for me so much, but general steaks, burgers, what else? Fish. We barbecue a lot of fish as well.
Some feta cheese?
Yes, a lot of veggies and cheese as well, yeah. Some people have also the full-on slow barbecue burners, but the regular ones is really just the meat you find in the supermarkets.
Definitely. Juanita has an interesting question. We're moving from Berlin to a smaller town. Wow, from Berlin to a smaller town, first of all. Yes, that's good. How do you get to know people in such a small village? Oh, you want to say?
You go ahead.
I was going to answer that the best option is to join a Verein of some sort. So find a hobby that you like and find a Verein in that thing. For example, my sister and brother-in-law, they're moving to a different city. And the way my brother-in-law is going to get involved is by joining the voluntary firefighters. And
which that is, of course, a huge commitment because that is not the thing you just easily do. But we talk about volunteering also in an upcoming video, which is a great way to also meet community.
Definitely. So I think it's the best way to go about it. Also, my sister-in-law, she joined a lot of sports vereins
And music clubs.
and music clubs when she also moved to a smaller village. So she was part of like beach volleyball and all these things. So I would say vereins are the best way to go about
Hobby-based activities again, yeah.
Yes. That's the strategy I would try. If not, you can join Smoother Club, and then you will find tons of really cool people in there. No. We're in the process of buying our first dishwasher machine. Any advice you can share to make the choosing process easier? Thanks. Good question. To be completely honest, every apartment that we've moved into already had a dishwashing machine, so we've never actually gone through the process of buying one. So to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. What I know is that what we appreciate in this new one is that it has this echo.
Yeah, but all the new ones have it.
wash.
I would say, especially for dishwasher, it's all about size, like what space you have in the kitchen.
Definitely, how many family members do you need, and how often would you turn it on? For example, with Yvonne, we turn it on, I think,
once a week.
Once, maximum twice a week. Depends if we have visitors or not. So definitely, that's a massive. Yeah, also join a local football club. You might find your life partner, says Jeremy Keeling. Is that what happened to you, Jeremy?
How to adopt a cat. First point is always to look out for your local animal shelter,
which is called Tia
Heim.
Tia Heim. Hold on. Animal shelter.
And they have all kinds of pets, and start talking with them. And if not, you can, of course, start looking online. However, there I would be a little bit careful. We also, I think, have content on how to buy a dog. I would say for cats, it's similar, to make sure that wherever they come from, it is a, how do you say, a good place for animals to be. And here was another question. I've seen it twice already. Let me see, which one is it? About the drone. How do you know what's illegal or illegal? We have a few videos on what's legal and illegal in Germany. A drone is very specific, and yes, especially drones, there is limits to the size and weight of it. And if you're above, you do need insurance. And whether you know where to fly it or not, usually in very popular touristic places, you have signs where you're not allowed to fly. And other than that, it's really just pure research.
No, and I would say actually, if it's under 5 kilos, you do need insurance. I don't know, but depending on the drone, if there are restrictions, there's software that they don't even allow you to fly the drone when you're not allowed to fly the drone. So I don't think it's necessarily just knowing where you can fly it, but it depends on the area. It might not even take off.
I think the drone was an example, or like in general.
Okay, with the drones, that is the case. Oh, we have an interesting question here from Mina, who's having an interview and would like to ask if there any hesitation about me fitting the role? Is this too confrontational? I would like to propose you switching that question and actually asking why you would be a good fit for the role, and because that puts the person interviewing you in a positive mindset about you. And it's more like, oh, I already see you in the role, versus if you ask the other way around, actually
they have all the reasons in mind why not to hire you.
Yes, you're just adding a negative, let's say, image of why not to hire you, which might result in actually you not getting the job. So I don't think it's confrontational to ask. However, I would try to phrase it in a more positive way, so the person actually says all the positive things and not the negative things.
So pretty much saying, not asking why not to hire you, but asking why to hire you.
Yes, I would just switch that question. I wonder if there's any part-time job that substitutes financial requirements. Oh, I don't know. That's very immigration focused. Actually, we should probably do an animal adopting video.
I was going to say, we don't have adopting per se. We have more like dog specific, because dogs have the most rules in terms of taxation, in terms of insurance. No other than horses, no other smaller animals have the same rules. But adopting, we don't have a video, no. But like Suzanne pointed out, every federal state might have small differences. But again, the animal shelter is the best place to start to also inform yourself, because they will tell you what you need to have, what you don't need to have. And we went once to the animal shelter in Düsseldorf and learned so much.
Yes, definitely. Also, even volunteering in an animal shelter, you definitely get the whole thing of what's necessary and not. Under 5 kilos, under 250 grams. Okay, thank you, NYVCA.
Deliato, thank you for your question about racism and discrimination. We actually do have a detailed video on that, where we share our perspectives, Jen's experiences. And I would just say anywhere in the world, there is always discrimination, racism, xenophobia. I
Unfortunately.
think there is no perfect, again, it would be a utopia. There is no perfect place in that sense, because the moment you step away from where you're from, you are an outsider, depending on customs, your behavior, looks, it just doesn't matter. So anywhere in the world, there is some. Germany is not free of that. It just depends on your perspective and your threshold and what you are used to from back home or wherever you currently are.
Yes, and everyone's experience is different. I think also in this video, you should watch the videos. I think we have a few examples that, for example, in my life here in Düsseldorf, I have not, at least not that I noticed, or the extent that it has marked my life, felt discriminated, except for maybe one instance. However, I know of other colleagues and friends who had more situations, but it highly depends. I think it's a very individual question. However, I wouldn't necessarily say that there are signs. I mean, usually these things are very subtle, and it's hard to pinpoint. But like Ivan already pointed out, this happens all over the world, and everyone's experience is going to be different. I have felt very comfortable in Germany, and that's all I can share, right? Because I cannot talk for the rest of not only, I would say, internationals in Germany, but maybe Germans with another skin color,
Yeah. And in the video, we also highlight areas how you can seek help and how you should act. So it's all in there.
Yeah. Yes. Also, Mohammed, there's specifically a question that I did to a cop and asked him, what do I do if I feel discriminated against or I have a case of racism? And he answers the question and will give the answer in that video.
We just had a question earlier from Manoch. Can you do a video about the divorce procedure in Germany? We don't have a video on it. However, we have a detailed guide on it on our website, a written guide. If you go to simplegermany.com and in the header on the top, there's a search. You just type in divorce. Jenna's now looking for the link.
I'm going to paste it for you.
There you go. And there you can find all the info regarding divorce.
Yes. Already heads up, you need to be separated from your spouse at least a year on paper before you can even start divorcing, at least as far as we know. There might be exceptions to the rule, of course.
How not to get lost in Germany? I've seen this several times. Can you be more specific, please?
How not to get lost. Google Maps.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's especially if it's in a city. I have gotten lost multiple times by taking the wrong train, wrong direction. And unfortunately, it's just something we all have to go through, unless you're like really good with directions. And yeah, also there's really good apps. For example, I know here in Düsseldorf and the area, there's the Rhein app, which is really like a public transportation app. And every city usually has this app. And there you can put your destination, and it actually tells you the line, which direction the train goes, Gleis, the platform number. So it has to be experienced getting lost, and don't be scared of getting lost. I mean, it happens to everyone. Even Germans get lost from time to time.
I love that big How to Survive in Planet Berlin. I love that Berlin is now a planet. That goes back to our video, Berlin versus the rest of Germany.
And how to get, to be honest, I don't know, leave Berlin? I'm kidding, no. How to survive. I think Berlin is such a cool city in the sense that there's so many things that you can do in Berlin. Really, any hobby that you have, you will find something in Berlin. Every time I Google something for Düsseldorf, the first results that I always get are in Berlin. And I'm so sad. Yeah, so there's the pros and cons to everything, right? How do you say Gleis? The fastest way to learn German, I don't know.
It depends. Everyone's different. We've got lots of videos on German. I would say that is probably the biggest topic that keeps popping up, just because, of course, it is nothing that you just achieve, like doing the Anmeldung, tick, done. It's an ongoing process, and everyone has their own struggle and ways to learn. So find out, how do you learn? Some learn visually, some learn by listening, some learn by reading, some learn by writing. For example, when I learned all my other languages, I needed to write down like vocabulary 3 times in a row, visualize that, and then it was just in my brain. But everyone has a different way. So figure out your way, and then figure out a platform that supports that way. And then it's all about consistency and practice.
And commitment, right? Here also, Joe, very fair point. Some people manage C1 in 8 months. Kudos to these people, really amazing. Some take 5 years. I still don't have C1, and I've been here 12 years. But I would say I can get by. Last time we were at a party, all German, And I was actually pleasantly surprised with myself how I could manage to have conversations with multiple people.
Not just conversations. Again, she's the one that makes everyone crack up laughing.
So I can now tell jokes in German. Wow. Some are unintentional, of course, but and that has been purely just practice and talking and being okay to make mistakes. And I would say Germans are pretty kind in the sense that if you're trying, some look at you while you're speaking German like this because they're trying to understand what you're saying. And then that for me has been quite funny, not to laugh while people are trying to like understand, but once they understand that you're not from here and that you're learning, they're very kind in correcting and being patient and using easier words when you don't understand a complicated one.
Erica, kudos for doing that intensive course. Yes, 5 to 6 hours a day, 10 days. It's very exhausting. Totally understandable. But again,
how much do you want
right?
it? Yeah. Dein Spanish is better as mine. But it's mine?
I think
mine for sure.
Zenit, it can take up to a few weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks, depending on your Gewerbeamt to get that reply. So a little bit more patience.
Someone already mentioned a few comments ago that the audio is crisp, so that's amazing.
Yay! Like April weather this year.
Saludos desde Guate. Whoop, whoop. Hello, desde Leipzig. The Gardel Trio. I think I have a bug here. Hello, saludos de regreso. That means hello back.
Good. I'm going to write that down. How to negotiate salaries.
That's a good one. Yeah. She wasn't working as HR. She was a hiring manager. Well, yes. HR is hiring. I know it would be HM, hiring manager. So actually you were the person someone needed to negotiate their salary with.
Yes.
Yeah. And you would give all the millions. No comment.
Why are all these Indian videos on Instagram making food with their bare feet? I don't know what that question means.
Oh, wow. Okay. Human resources. Yeah.
Thank you for everyone here helping in the chat, answering questions. That's amazing. We love your support. And we will, of course, do a little bit more, like 10, 15 minutes, because we started late.
Yes.
So it's not time to go yet.
And I would also like to acknowledge that glad to read you, Susanne, again. Glad to have you back. Sorry if that got mixed when we started the whole thing, because I know you've been here from the very start of the live stream when things were going south. And saludos desde Augsburg. Thank you very much, Vicente. Muchas gracias.
I would like to address something because we've had tons of questions here regarding the Chancenkarte and other immigration questions. We are doing our very, very, very best to simplify and make all the new changes and processes transparent. However, we are not immigration lawyers. That means we are not allowed to answer personal questions. We could actually fine for that. So that is a reason why we don't answer comments like that under the videos. And additionally, every single one of you will have a different case. Yes, there's a process. Yes, there is requirements. But that doesn't mean that a caseworker in your embassy or your Ausländerbehörde might make a different call than in another place, because a lot of the requirements are very soft. They're not hard. For example, the whole thing of what is an achievement that you were integrated better. For example, get the citizenship after 3 years instead of 5. That is a soft call. And that is depends on your caseworker. You're confusing me doing what you're doing there.
Sorry. Just keep on talking.
Yeah, but it distracts me. And regarding the Chancenkarte, your question about the 12,000 euros for a blocked account, whether that is mandatory. Yes, it is, unless you can provide any other proof that you have the financial resources. That could be let's say, scholarship. That could be a guarantor that someone else is paying for your living expenses, something like that. But again, the final call is done by your caseworker in your embassy or Ausländerbehörde. And as much as we would like to, we cannot help you with that.
Yes. Please talk about the health insurance card. What will it cover, where, and how it can be used? We have, sorry to always say we have a video, but we have a video about the healthcare system in general, which you can check out. But just to give you a small summary, everyone has to have health insurance in Germany, absolutely everyone. And if whatever insurance you have, it covers everything pretty much. You just go to the doctor, present your, if you have, so there's a way for public and private, which we also explain in the videos about public versus private health insurance. I'm going to talk about the public health insurance now. If you have that card, you go to your doctor, you give the card to the receptionist, they scan it, and then it covers pretty much, I would say, everything. Some
Not
medicine.
everything. No. Some treatment is extra on top, but they will always inform you before performing that treatment. For example, as a woman, if we're at the gynecologist and if we would like an ultrasound, that is extra. Costs around 40 to 50 euros. And then you can ask for it and then you pay it there. But general, regular things are all covered.
Yes. And also with medicine, it depends on the medicine. Did you mention that as well? That
No.
sometimes you need to pay a small fee, like a co-payment, like 5 euros or so. But you can watch our videos on healthcare, which you can find if you go to Simple Germany YouTube and just put Simple Germany healthcare or private health insurance. I'm pretty sure the videos will pop up.
Chiropractors are common. There is quite a few here. However, they are considered alternative medicine, and a public health insurance, for example, does not cover them.
Yes, a private health insurance might.
Right, depends on the tariff.
Yes. It's always it depends. It depends. We haven't had any audio complaints. That's pretty awesome.
Nurses come to Germany, Earthbody. No, but I'm planning, I'm in the research currently. We are planning a video on that, I'll say more towards summer. Because recently through a friend of ours, we have learned about amazing programs that help nurses reach the qualifications to come to Germany. So we want to tackle that. Yes, upcoming.
It's in the pipeline of videos. We have a video about self-employment, which you can go on YouTube and put Simple Germany self-employment. Side hustle, I think is what it's called.
Yes, side hustle.
And there we talk about how to do that.
Exactly what you're asking. Side hustle, self-employment without GmbH. That's exactly what we talk about. Yes.
Yes, you can check it out. We can do a video about, I think we cannot go into fully details now about salary negotiation,
No.
right?
It also highly depends on budget. So it really depends, yeah.
Yeah. Again, it depends. Yes. And anyway, so what else have you done this weekend?
So soon we will take out our car camper to start the season, because soon it's going to be not so cold anymore. And I pretty much cleaned out the car, prepared everything, checked off some lists, and got in the excited spirit to, get the spring and summer season rolling.
Yes, with spring and summer. Also, unfortunately, I must say unfortunately, because it's true, a lot of bees and flies come. So if it's your first summer in Germany, I think someone asked about temperatures in summer, and I think it varies very much. You can have beautiful days, which I find it is perfect weather with 25 degrees and sunshine. And then there could be days that it's 32 degrees and it's really hot. And then you need to open all your windows in the evening. And then there's flies and bees that might come. Just for you to be aware that some insects will also arrive with summer.
And sorry, my face just got sad because so sorry, Suzanne, to read that you got injured. And yes, I hope that you will be recovering well. And yay for wanting to move back to Germany as a civilian.
Yes. Oh, so sorry. I didn't read that. Yes. I recently moved to Germany with my wife from USA. Your videos are always so helpful. It's great to see another Central American online. Whoop, whoop. Thank you very much, Jay, and welcome to Germany. Hope you're settling smoothly.
Mohsen, amazing. Thank you so much for letting us know that also this little bit more mundane topics like sending a letter are highly appreciated. Thank you. That is, to be honest, hearing feedback like this, sometimes we talk, is that really necessary? And it's like, okay, let's do it. Yes, that is the feedback that we love to hear.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What are the best or most important insurance that you would recommend to have?
So we do have a video and guide on that.
Yes, but I want to answer. So definitely health insurance. There's no way around it. You have to have health insurance by far. And the second one that you should definitely have, I'm doing like this German style, number
Jen
2.
got brand marked by that one.
Yes. And it's private liability. Oh, can you see the balloons? Did you see the balloons?
You triggered them with your hand.
And then we're going to do it again.
It's not going to work if you force it.
And the second one, that you will is a private liability insurance. We have a whole guide and video talking about private liability insurance, and it's important. It's an inexpensive insurance. Really, it costs as a single person, you can pay as little as €4 a month. However, it protects you against damaging third-party stuff or people, which is super important in Germany because 89% of Germans have this insurance. So even though it's not mandatory by law, everyone living, I'm passionate about this subject.
I love hearing you talk about liability insurance.
Everyone living in Germany is liable for any damages done to third parties. And yeah, you should watch our video or read our guide on it because it's super important.
Yes, because then there's a couple other insurances that you need to have depending on what, for example, if you have a dog, also liability insurance. If you have a car, also liability insurance. And then there's a few nice to have ones which you can really choose whether you want them or not. Home contents, legal are the most common ones. But also the income protection is actually even more important for Germans, especially for foreigners as well. But I mean, for Germans, we grow up knowing we need this one. Other cultures don't have it. So just check out our content because there we go into detail what is what and what is needed for you or not.
Yeah.
Because also too many insurances are not cool at all.
No, that's also not cool. I have it. If you don't know when you can use it, send it. I would recommend, here, I'll send you a guide. I'll just send it here. Hold on. You can go to simplegermany.com, and then we have service providers insurance. And here we talk about, I think here, this is where we talk about
What are you looking for?
Like where to use it.
What do you mean where to use it?
The liability insurance, yes, here. I sent it there. Why are you laughing?
Germans collecting insurance like rare Pokemon.
Yeah. Totally. Oh, does that work? Oh, do it close. There's the bubble. That's so cool. Try with the and stay for Thursday. It's a funny
Smoothly.
Please keep it up. Thank you. We actually, if you've been following for some time, we actually dropped the smoothly for some videos. And one day we realized, why did we do that? So we brought it back. So every video from now on will always have this smoothly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a staple. What sorcery is this, says Joe? It's it's super cool. Let's do it again.
I think you're too close now.
Oh man, doesn't recognize my fat thumb. Oh yes. With coding bootcamp, does it really help to find a job? So my experience with the coding bootcamp was that at the time that I did a coding bootcamp, there were none really in Germany that I could attend to. I think there were a few in Berlin, but they required you to be there. And I couldn't afford to be there because I had to work while I was doing the bootcamp. So I did one online that I found from a company from the US who had, it was a coding bootcamp from California. I don't even know if it was San Francisco. And they taught Ruby on Rails. And they also had a program to help you find a job, but it would only help you find a job if you were in the US. So at the end of the bootcamp, I learned, I would say, I don't know, I had an idea about programming, but I wasn't ready to work by far. And unfortunately, I didn't have the support of this coding bootcamp. So that's why I also think I struggled a lot to find a job. And I think it highly depends on the bootcamp and how
they're all different.
They're all different. They all, or the majority, claim to have this help to help you find jobs afterwards. Although I've known people that have gone to a coding bootcamp and they still struggle to find a job afterwards.
And then here we have Mohammed. Thank you for sharing, because everyone's experience is so different. That's what we try to keep pointing out. We did a coding bootcamp on machine learning and data science and recently got a job at Tesla.
That is so cool.
So anything is really possible. And I think what we always want to also point out is how much do you want it? If you put your heart and effort in it, it is attainable as long as you stay consistent and don't give up too early. I think those are 3 key things to really making it happen.
Definitely. That's
Congrats
super cool.
on that.
If you, Mohammed, if you know the name, if you are comfortable sharing the name of your coding bootcamp, please share it because maybe others might be interested and might be able to replicate your success. Your background was also computer science. You see?
Head start. See, we also don't always know the background of people.
Yeah, okay, that explains a lot because my background was hotel and restaurant management.
De Aliato, can you do a video about the German education system? We have done that already. Actually, quite a long, very detailed video where I kind of like feel like a teacher.
Don't get distracted.
And we also have a written guide on it in detail to outline how it works.
If you YouTube Simple Germany Education, you see Yvonne's face.
It's right there.
Share copy. Education system right here. Bams. Nice. I moved to Hamburg from Argentina. Congrats, Agustin February, and you have been my support and place to consult about everything.
Thank you.
Made it so
Well done.
smoothly. So glad to read, Agustin. Happy to have these comments. The written guide is amazing. Thank you. Back when Jen had glasses, yes. And Yvonne is wearing my glasses for the thumbnail to have that teacher look. Oh.
Does it feel odd for Jen? Yes, actually, there's been a few weeks, month where we didn't discuss the glasses at all. And a couple of days ago, Jen was just like, ha! I'm like, what happened? I just wanted to push up my glasses.
I went to do this. Although I would say getting used to not wearing glasses has been a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. It's amazing. We go swimming every once in a while to a public pool here in Düsseldorf. And the fact that, I can actually see underwater, wow, and actually see other people swimming, that's pretty awesome. Before it was just blurry. And the most convincing learning German. We have a playlist about learning German. We've spoken about learning German so much on this live stream. And
maybe I should become a German teacher.
You would have to learn the accusative and dative. I'm pretty sure you will nail it. Did you get LASIK? I got
Smile Pro.
It's called Smile Pro, which is a more advanced version than LASIK. It's a little bit less invasive and quicker to heal. It's what I read.
Tiny Epics, fantastic. That is amazing. And we hope that your process will go smoothly for attaining German citizenship.
I'm like, what are we talking about? Yes. So what else, Yvonne? What else can you tell us?
Sorry, I'm laughing here at the chat. So regarding the blue card, you can apply for the blue card from anywhere. It doesn't have to be your home country. We had the question also the other day. Jen applied for her work permit to Germany from Hungary, from Budapest. So pretty much wherever you currently are, as long as you fulfill requirements for a German visa, you can apply within the German embassy in that country.
We have an interesting question from Mosen. Can you make a video about laws that we should know as a husband or wife? If you can expand on that a little bit more, I would be very open to making such a video for sure. Just if you can give more details on what kind of questions do you have. I'm pretty sure culturally speaking, there are some differences, but it would be good to have some insight.
Sagnik, we actually have a written guide on the permanent residence. So you can check that out if you like, because requirements vary highly depending on your reason for being here.
Nick managed to get to Bavaria. Whoop, whoop. Hope you enjoy your time down there, Nick. And that the weather, I heard it snowed maybe last night.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see if you've stumbled upon some snow. Yes, technical gamer, we are married.
And yes, the handshake is, well, it's formal, but also the most common way to greet each other if you don't know each other yet.
Yes.
And especially in the job process, job application process, handshake is a must. A firm one, though.
But not too firm that you break the hand of the person, right?
But not too weak either.
Yeah. Snow here, you see, in Bavaria, it snowed. Luckily, we have some sunshine here today. Super cool. Other than that, so... Oh, 5:16. Wow, it's been more than an hour. We started a bit late because of our technical problems. By the next live stream, we're going to have such professional mics. You'll be so impressed. I hope. Okay, so we can ask maybe 2 more questions and then we can call it a day.
Let's do that.
Thank you very much, Malik. Glad that you've enjoyed our content.
I'm so sorry, Lakshmish Patel. How about Patel? Thanks for the suggestion. We have thought about it. However, that is a monster to conquer. But then again, why not?
It's important that you say what you're talking about for those who are
I'm
not
talking
reading
about.
the chat.
Sorry, I'm talking about the suggestion of starting our own German language course from A1 to C1.
Wow. Just maybe we have a question for them. What is the question? That's a good question. My first question is, who's in this Moodle club? Whoop, whoop. Well, actually, I think it's very important to rephrase again and to emphasize why we use the word smoothler for our community. And that is because, to be completely honest, at the very beginning, we used to say expat a lot. And then we got backlash a little bit from a lot of comments saying how inappropriate we were. And also the stigma that comes with words like expat or immigrants or migrants. It's everyone identifies themselves differently. So to not step on any toes, we changed our vocabulary to talk about internationals, and to even make it more unique, we say smoothlers for those who are smooth settlers. So smoother is a combination of the word smooth and settler. Yeah.
Inspired by our smoothly.
Inspired by our smoothly, exactly. Yeah. So that's where the word smoother comes from. And it has worked pretty all right. I love how people also say, hey, smoothlers and all that. So it's pretty cool. And in case you didn't know, that's the origin of smoother.
Okay, so 2 more questions for reals. How do Germans address their boss? Do you say Mr. or Mrs. or directly name? That depends on your company culture. So I have worked in a German company where it was Mr. to the bosses and first name basis to the colleagues, until I think we talk about it in Cute Things Germans Do, one of our very first videos, where after 1.5 years, my boss actually officially allowed me to do to her. to use to do and the first name, and that was a huge compliment in terms of like she trusts me. Exactly. And then there's other company cultures, like in my latest company, where it was first name all the way to the CEO. So it really highly depends on company culture.
To be honest, in every company that I've worked at, it's always been by the first name. Yeah. So it highly depends on the company, like you say. And if you're unsure, it's always, ask, right?
Yeah, like already here I have the suggestions. You better ask your boss how they'd like to be communicated, and always start with Sie until he or she offers you the Du.
Yeah, that is very important. And when a German offers you the Du, that's like really, you shouldn't hug them out of excitement, I have learned, but you should be very grateful.
But also, if someone is obvious that they want to be dude, don't see them, because that's also not cool at all.
That is true.
And they will correct you. It's like,
yes,
did you just see me? Come on, because then you think they think they're super stiff, which they are not.
Here we have a question regarding what to do in the case that you're pregnant. We don't have a video about that because none of us have been pregnant. However, a really dear friend of ours, here in Family in Germany, on our website, you'll find tons of articles on what to do when you're pregnant, how to master pregnancy, giving birth. And this was written by a friend who
has gone through the process.
And yeah, so you can find the information in that section of our website.
We do have an account with ING Bank. However, it's more like we don't use it on a day-to-day basis. So not really, but we have a abundance of content, video and written, on banks in Germany. I actually just wrote a new one talking about also German banks, for example, ING, that you can search for on our website under the banking section.
You have answered 5
yes.
to life. Yes. Okay. What is this hidden gold mine I was not aware of? Asks Joe. I'm so glad that your process here, Raj, has been going very smoothly. Glad to read that. Wrote emotes. Oh, which bank? Commerzbank or Sparkasse?
Definitely Commerzbank.
But it also depends who accepts you.
It's my question.
Yes.
I answer that.
Yes. I would say Commerzbank if they accept you. If not, to the next one who accepts you, which is Sparkasse. And if they don't accept you, then go to the next one, which might be Volksbank. Although I would say I would go in that order, maybe. Okay. So that was, what is the best place to live according to you guys? Düsseldorf, Berlin? Oh my God, it depends, I think.
Depends. Also check out our website, a new updated guide on best cities to live in Germany.
Oh, that's a really good guide, actually. I think I rewrote it.
Yes, you did.
And
most likely. No, not there.
Here, keep on talking.
Yeah, so it highly depends on your lifestyle, what you're looking for. Again, some people love Berlin, others hate it. Munich, Hamburg, pricier cities. We keep being told by people that the NRW people are the friendliest. Everyone always confirms that. So it really depends on what you're looking for. And very, very, very often, I would say, the job kind of like tells you where you're going to live, and not vice versa.
Definitely.
So both of us landed here in Düsseldorf because of a job, not because we chose the city. So often I'd say also this question about the city, is a luxury, depending on whether you have a remote job or you don't need to work, or I don't know what's going on. But very often the job dictates on where you're going to move.
Yes, and if you do have that luxury of choosing the city, this guide, I recently rewrote it and have different criteria that you can compare, because it highly depends what you're looking for. If you're like, Berlin is an amazing city if you're looking for a big city with a lot of things, super diverse vibe, super alternative, I mean, amazing. However, if you don't like big cities and a super intense, diverse vibe, then maybe it's not your city. So there, I did my very best to kind of like paint a picture of every of the most popular cities in Germany. And very biased, I would say Düsseldorf is the best city of them all. I'm kidding. Okay, that was the last question.
Thank you very, very much for joining and sticking around even through our technical issues.
Yes.
Highly appreciate it. And thank you for giving us some time on the so precious Sundays.
Yes, hold on. Let me do this again.
It's there already.
Ah, I didn't see it because I covered my face. Yes, thank you very much, like Yvonne mentioned, for your patience with our technical issues. So awesome to have hanged out with you today. And again, if you would like to be part of our Discord server, which is called the Smoothler Club, you can check it out at simplegermany.com/smoothler.
No, /club.
Oh, sorry, /club. Oh my God, I just Smoothler /club. Yes. I'm so glad that thank you everyone for commenting, sharing your stories, and others for answering others' questions. And yeah, we hope you have a fantastic rest of spring. Next video is not coming tomorrow, Monday, but next Monday. So tomorrow there is no video, just for you to be aware of that. And we'll see you next time on our live stream.
Tschüss!